I'm Liz Crow with BSW Crow Bloodstock and Elite Sales. We're here at Keeneland September and we're going to buy some horses. I went out on my own at the end of 2015, and my first Keeneland September sale as an agent out on my own was 2016. That's the sale I found Monomoy Girl in book 3 down in the bottom barns with Gainesway's consignment. She was a big, beautiful filly, awesome shoulder, awesome hip, really strong gaskin and forearm on her, nice walk. Really what stood out about her most was her presence. She just had a lot of intelligence when you first got to see her, and really stood out, I think, among that group of horses. She had a pretty modest pedigree. She was by Tapazar out of a unproven mare, and that's why she costs $100,000, which obviously now that she's sold for $9.5 million and had 7 Grade 1 wins, looks like a bargain. So being a bloodstock agent could be related to, in everyday life, being something like a talent scout for a football team or a basketball team. It's our job to go out and try to find the talent that then is put in the trainer's barn that the trainers can then train. So we're hired by the owners or the trainers to go out and find these horses, sort through the 4,000 horses at the Keeneland September sale, and put a list together of horses we think would be good athletes and horses that would fit the trainers or the owners that we're working for. So I like to think of like our conference room and my team of people as kind of like the draft room for an NFL team on draft night. You're looking to pick who's your top draft pick and who's your second round and third round and fourth round and fifth round. Those are the same as books 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Keeneland September. So we're looking for what athlete we want the most, and then we're working our way down from there. So when I'm looking at horses, a few things that I'll look for is when they very first walk out of the barn, what is their presence? What is their attitude? How do they present themselves? Kind of like when you're interviewing somebody for a job, what's a first impression? How are they dressed when they walk in for the interview? How do they shake your hand? That's really what we're looking for when the horse walks out of the barn. And then as soon as they start walking and you start to get a look at how they move, how do they move through their shoulder and their hip, that's when you can kind of get a feel for their athleticism, if they have some, if they don't. And then from there, you're kind of looking for their conformational flaws. You're looking for what you can live with and what you can't. So are they going to be correct enough to handle dirt training? Because that's, in America, we train on the dirt, 365 days a year. Very little time do you get to train on the turf. So it's a grueling ask for these horses. And so we want to make sure that they can hold up to that training. And so we're looking at that. But overall, we're just trying to decide, do we like the horse? It's kind of a gut instinct of when the horse walks out, do you have a good feel for it and do you like it? A day at Keeneland September is a little different than any other sale because it's a long, grueling sale. It's a bear of a sale. So you're here every day at 7 a.m. With your team. I have a team of 5 or 6 people: Caitlin Jackson, Jake Memelo, Paul Sharp, who's a pin hooker in Ocala, really good horseman that's been doing this for a long time. I trust his eye a lot and I trust his input. And we have multiple shortlisters, Gina Gans and Kelsey Lupo, and these people are the ones that go through the horses and actually shorten the list down so that we can cover as much ground as we can, see as many horses as we can. So all these people play a crucial role in us getting these horses bought. And we'll have a meeting in the morning at 7, we'll eat breakfast together, then we'll head out. We'll all split up, so everyone will go to different barns and start looking at horses, and we'll all start narrowing our list down. And then from there, we'll meet up, we'll have a discussion on what we liked, what we didn't like, and then we'll go back all together, look at the horses together, and kind of make a final decision on what we like. From there, we'll send that list to the vets, and the vets will go through and do their work and make sure they like the horses. We might heart scan some of the horses if we're looking for 2-turn dirt colts. And then from there, we'll make our very final decision of which ones we want to bid on and which ones we want to go to the ring and actually put our hand up for. So when a horse walks in the ring, at that point we've already decided that this is the horse we're going to buy or try to buy. We've vetted the horse. He's passed the vet. He's maybe been heart scanned. He's passed that. Our entire team has decided that we like the horse. We've put a price range on the horse based on its pedigree page and its physical. and we feel like we're there to try to get the horse bought. As soon as the auctioneer starts talking, I'm listening to hear what they're going to say. So if the auctioneer says 200 and then they start bidding in 25, 50, 75, 100, I'm already thinking, okay, well, he's already going to bring maybe more than I thought, or he's already going to be a high dollar horse. What I want to hear is the auctioneer start in 10, 20, 30, because at that point you feel like you're in the game and you can jump in and start bidding. So when they start at 25, 50, 75, and you only have 200 to spend, you're pretty much out at that point. So when you do this a long time, you have a vibe and a feel for how, when the horse walks in the ring, you know what's about to happen and kind of the trajectory of where it's going to go. The other thing is you're looking at how they're acting, their presence, and just their composure in the ring. That's somewhat important. It's definitely important to me when the horse is in the back ring, how they're acting before they come up. I think that has a lot to do with how they're going to act in the paddock as a racehorse. When the hammer drops and you're the underbidder on a horse that you really loved, that's tough. When you get a horse bought, the feeling is excitement. You're, a little bit anxious too at the same time, because that horse is now yours, and how they run and how they perform is part of your reputation. I think it's exciting, but at the same time, it's a little bit nerve-wracking when you land that horse. But to me, what's exciting is when you get the horse bought for a value price, and when you have the budget of 150 and you get the horse bought for 100 or 90, you feel really good about it and you feel excited. In the game of racing, you really think about it from a numbers perspective. When you're buying a horse that maybe doesn't have a big pedigree and you buy it for 50 or 60, you feel like you can run that horse for a claiming price. So as an agent, you're always valuing the pedigree page, the physical, and you're adding those things together, and you're trying to make the best decision you can for your client.